Alright, Lexas, your picture was a little blurry, so I did my best. I think that's 3/5 squared times 5/9 minus 2/3 plus, looks like negative 1/5, and I couldn't tell if that was squared or to the third power, so I went ahead and just made it squared. So for this one, if I was working this out, I would start here, 5/9 minus 2/3, and I would make these have common denominators since I have to subtract them. So I'm going to multiply this guy by 3 over 3, and I'm going to get 5/9 minus 6/9. So 2 times 3 is 6/9, and that's going to give me negative 1/9, because 5 minus 6 is negative 1. Then I'll work over here 3/5 to the second power. That means 3/5 times 3/5, which is 9/25. And then this is plus negative 1/5 squared is negative 1/5 times negative 1/5. The negative times the negative makes a positive. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 5 is 25. So from here, I'm going to look at this multiplication. You just have to work this layer by layer. Let's see. So since I'm multiplying these two fractions, I'm going to actually divide out those 9s because they'll cancel themselves out. So that becomes a 1 and that becomes a 1. And then I can multiply a positive times a negative is a negative. 1 times 1 is 1. 25 times 1 is 25. I don't know if you can see that. So it's negative 1 over 25 plus 1 over 25. Luckily, these have the same denominators. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So it looks like that whole thing works out to 0. So just work in layers. I would work the parentheses first, then the exponents, then the multiplication, and then the addition. Just piece by piece, working through those fractions.